So this lady paid Uber. This lady paid Uber, right? She showed me that they took out $33 out of her account. That's what she showed me. And so I had her take a picture of the receipt showing that, I had to pay with my Pro card and my personal money, okay? In case there's like a mix-up, because I specifically had told Uber that, I will not do cash orders. If I can't get a QR code or, or they pay for it, up front online, no way, am I going to, do the cash. So I went ahead and I completed the order. They gave me the $10 that I was supposed to get, right? They showed my earnings to be the $24 that I was hoping to get for doing that order. But what I don't understand is, why wasn't the order paid for? Like I ended up leaving and telling her that, look, I hope this don't end up being, a Merry Christmas present to you that I can't afford. And now I'm going to have to go on there and make sure on Uber that, to make sure, from Uber that, they don't send me on no, cash delivery. And it seems like there is, like a Uber card somewhere, but I don't have that Uber card on my phone. I don't have that Uber card on my phone. So, yeah, it's see, this is the type of stuff that happens, and there's no customer service available. There's no help available. Even the chat will say they have like a certain amount of time in which they can get back with you, but there's nobody available like to handle it right now. Then I asked her to cancel it and redo it, right? And she said she doesn't know how to cancel it. I tried to get the clerks, to void it out. And they were like, a special manager who doesn't even speak English, will have to do that. Right? And we're trying to explain to the manager that, I'm doing an Uber delivery and I don't have the funds, because when we go shopping, when we accept a shopping order, we don't know how the payment is going to be generated. A lot of times, not until the very end, right after, while we're at the register, right? A QR code will come up. So yeah, I'm pretty upset. I am. I'm very upset. Because I've never accepted cash orders. And I already looked in my my wallet, and I don't have any of my wallets saved on my account. And it's just a hot mess. It's just a hot fucking mess. But she got her order, right? And the lady that was behind me, she was so nice. She was like, if she doesn't have enough money, she was gonna pay for it. I'm like, no, I'm doing an Uber Eat, an Uber order, and they're supposed to give me like a QR code to pay for, this woman's order. Shit. I mean, this was the craziest, one of the most craziest orders that I ever had to deal with. I mean, I found all of the items. That went smooth. I was worried that I would even have enough juice to get back home. And you heard me. I kept saying, maybe I should cancel. Maybe I should just cancel this order, because I thought that was the La Fiesta that was close to me, which was not even a fourth of a mile, and it ended up being this one all the way over here in Richardson. So the lady looked like she's nice enough to try to make sure that, I get my money back. Because she took a picture, a photocopy picture of the receipt. Because I'm telling her, I had to use, what I made today, which wasn't enough, and my personal money just to complete the order. specify it. Even DoorDash will specify that you have to have, like the red card. You have to have the red card for this particular order. They'll tell you you have to have the red card for this order. If you have to use, an Uber card. So now I'm going home very agitated, wondering how I'm going to get my money for the groceries. I mean, this is crazy work. Crazy fucking work. And it's starting to get cold out here. It's 43 degrees. It's starting to get cold. It feels cold. We did not come out of the house to be confused with something that's supposed to be so simple. She said the reason why she was charged $33 was because it also included the tip that she had planned on giving, which that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense, because I believe the items was like $25, and if she gave like an $8 tip, whatever, it was supposed to be $10. Oh shit, it really bothers me. I'm telling you, every time I come out to do Uber, it's always some hard lesson. Some hard lesson. Now it looks like this lesson, I'm going to have to try to get them to reimburse my money. That I had to pay. But I'm going to give them enough time to see if, once the order is completed, then to see if they'll reimburse. And then go into the app and find out if somehow during the time that they suspended me, right? Because they suspended me talking about I did not have updated insurance documents. Right? And since I didn't have updated insurance documents, it was almost like starting completely over, like all over again, and having to be reinstated. I'm so upset, I don't even know how to get back home. And like I said, the only good thing was she wasn't that far from the store. She wasn't that far from the store. And that was why I went in there and I was like, I wonder, if I go ahead and just see how far she is from the store, But they had a car out there in the driveway. Maybe those two ladies didn't drive. There was two ladies in there. But I'm going to definitely make sure that I don't accept any cash deliveries. And it seems like I had shopped with the Uber card. That they have the Pro card, and they also have I thought they had two cards too, just like DoorDash has two cards. So I'm gonna have to get really organized, especially if I'm planning on getting out here. I don't want to be sitting up here fighting to get reimbursed ever again. That's too time consuming. So right now, I feel like I fronted 25 of my dollars just so I could get a $10 delivery, right? And the hopes that Uber will pay me back the money that I fronted and pay me my delivery. That's crazy work. That is fucking crazy work. And I know earlier I had, went through trying to see if I had any cards saved on my wallet. Right? Because I had to get a new phone. And there was no cards, saved on my wallet. The whole thing is that I had never wanted a situation where I'm ending up to pay that I have to pay. And then get reimbursed. I know they always say whenever you go shopping, make sure to save your receipts. I'm like, why would I need to save my receipts if I'm going to either place it on the card that they give me, not my payment card? And I told them, I said, this is my payment card. This isn't, and it's been so long since I, went shopping, because I haven't been out working at all, because I've been way too sick to get out and work. oxygen machine. And so right now, I don't feel like I'm going to be on an oxygen machine. But damn, I'm out here in 42-degree weather. As soon as I turn on the heat, my battery dropped at 5 degrees, that 5 percentage points. But I think I can coast. I think I can coast on into the house now. There goes the beep, letting me know battery is low. Oh goodness. I just don't understand why things got to be so hard. It don't have to be this hard. I mean, if it's my fault, you know, that I don't have the right, like the Uber debit card, and that I would, you know, that I should not have used my Uber Pro card. I didn't see no other card in my wallet. But you know, even DoorDash will say must have a red card to do this shopping trip. Right? Because you can get a QR, the customer can send a QR code, or, you know, have Uber send a QR code, and you don't have to use your card at all. And I never signed up, you know, to have to do this cash, you know, reimburse thing. Never. That's crazy work. That is definitely crazy work. And Uber should not make it this complicated. Period. And I feel especially vulnerable because I am a senior citizen. It feels like senior abuse, right? Constantly happening to seniors over and over. Senior citizen abuse. La Fiesta right there. This is the one that I thought they were talking about right here. And I was just right over there on Garland Road. I thought I was going to go here and it was going to be somewhere in the neighborhood. I didn't know they were sending me over there to Richardson. That was crazy. I knew I should have canceled that. But I'm glad it's over with to a certain degree. All that, at least it ended, at least it's over with. I don't know if it's going to end well, but at least it's over with. Shit. I don't want to do that no more. I learned that. I learned that I don't want to do that no more. Damn, there's another meat market. All these meat markets popping up. Even while I was shopping, I was having to use the restroom. Ooh, at least I got a little bit of heat. Ooh. A little bit of heat. And I was feeling really good too, because I'm like, wow, I got everything that they wanted on the 6 items that they have requested. No problem. And then when I got in the line, the line was was taking a lot longer than I had anticipated, but the bathroom was right there. So I was able to go to the bathroom and still come out into the line. But God knows I had not expected to have this problem with the money. So I'm scrolling down trying to figure out, how is this going to be paid? And the next thing I know, Uber's telling me head out to deliver the products. And I'm like, why? And I'm asking the clerk, did you get the payment? And she was like, because I'm thinking, well, maybe it just happened that quick. Because I was holding my phone, and I was like, well, maybe, the sensor picked up, the payment or something. Oh my God. I'm angry about that. I am. And she said, no. She said, no, you have to make payment. I'm like, but Uber is sending me to the location, to the house, as if it's already paid for. And she's like, no, it's not paid here at the cash register. Maybe it's paid at Uber. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I told her, I said, I was expecting a QR code or something. Right? I was like, when I would go to Albertsons, it's usually a QR code. You just scan the QR code. DoorDash, you usually you can pay with the red card. I'm gonna have to see if I have 2 cards. Otherwise, don't get the money back for the if I don't get the money back for the groceries that was, I cannot even believe that they wouldn't give me my money back if I have a receipt. And if the customer is also claiming that I should get my money back. It was 7:30. And it's completely dark. Like I said, I was thinking I would just do one delivery. I ended up doing 3 deliveries. The 3 deliveries took me how long? 3 hours? That's like that's barely $7 an hour. Yeah, about $7 an hour. Maybe 8. Because I've been out the house for what? At least 3 or 4 hours. Going so well. I was so happy. I was like, oh, this is a nice way to get started back into doing Uber deliveries. And then boom, I get smacked in the face with a hard lesson. Anyway,